Ooh. I would want that to happen, of course. I mean, like, if we see the initial circle favor the south side, well, we just know that it is gonna be bloody, it is gonna be catastrophic, and that's something that we all want to happen. I mean, the harder the circle it is, the harder the circle, well, the more fun it is for the caster and the audience. But headshots right now and high damage output. It's Ruthless right now taking the spotlight from Alpha Gaming. We got Doc as well joining the roster. We got high damage still with the most eliminations, but Doc and Giante just right up behind him.
Yeah, very closely behind. When we take a look at the knockouts, I mean, Giante has been phenomenal today, especially on those clutches when he was going up against those members of the Vikings. So we'll really want to keep our eyes peeled out for that. Lampard Esports, they are taking the very far south of the island as they were expecting, hey, maybe somebody's going to be taking the middle base. Apparently not. As they're sharing the island together alongside with Talent Esports, we'll have to see that quick update. We're already getting some fights taking place. Ooh. And there's going to be explosive bows to be shot over onto the far corner. It doesn't seem like it's further connecting. But Talent Esports, they are really hustling whoever's inside this township. And it's going to be Homeboys striking first and foremost with the micro Uzi. And just like that, Yoru's going to be out on his knees. And Achil also being locked by a grenade. And he almost faltered to his knees.
Man, ASI's been getting some damage as well. I guess they're up against the T2K, if I'm not mistaken. Homeboys, right now, still trying to survive in the situation. Horror Esports, however, also having an altercation up against Team Flash, and it looks like they just won the fight. Team Flash, obviously the first team to be taken out of this game. We got back to Homeboys, but two of them already knocked down on the ground here. But yeah, I think one of them still has a chance to get picked up at this point. But Tymo's been doing a great job, so far, buying some time for the rest of the team to recuperate in this situation. But we're talking about Talent Esports as well. And this guy knows exactly how to move inside the field.
True enough, but when you're in such a sticky scenario, it is definitely daunting when it comes down to how they navigate around. Especially at this moment, it's going to be a 2 versus 2 affair, I do believe. And finally pick up the squirrel. It's going to be Axel trying to trade right back. So many different iterations that they've tried and tested, and it seems like Axel so far working very efficiently over the top side. AUG in the hands of Shamil. He's got to put it into quick work. Shamil is also making his debut for today. Goes in for the quick save, resuscitating his fallen member. Tyler's going to go in for the cheeky angles, trying to climb up towards the hilltops to perhaps challenge Axel on the other quarter, so he's got to be very mindful of that. Talent Esports now. Axel against the wall, they don't exactly have any form of fallback plan, and speaking of which, that's a perfect catch on to Axel.
All right, here we go. Things are already starting to get juicy over here. Homeboys now bags 2 points, and they're coming after Achul. In this situation, Achul kind of stepped back. I mean, he does need a little bit of space to anticipate the attack, from Homeboys. Obviously, this is going to be a little tricky onto the side of Talon since one of them actually came from the rooftop. I think that was a missed opportunity right there. I mean, obviously, Homeboys has a better vantage point, but they gave that up, and that paved the way to, for Talon to do something about it. But Homeboys, I feel like they're still winning this fight.
Yeah, they're at least holding very steadily. I do agree that they should have actually held on for a little bit longer. And now it's kind of back to a 50-50, and here comes the jump shot! Oh, Shamil's instant impact on his arrival as he takes out the AUG, just absolutely depleted him. And that is the final shot onto A-Fire to secure the final blow onto Talent Esports.
That was golden right there. That was such a great hustle, coming from Homeboys. I would love to see some more of that action, coming from Homeboys. I think they were very fast on their reflex. The response time is amazing. And hopefully, the recipe can work out for them up until the last few matches in the playoffs. Hopefully, we can see them play in the grand finals. But anyway, getting back into Team 52 over here. And we're looking at 13 teams remaining. We can see them going for the reposition as well, maybe headed towards the middle of the map here. They could potentially say hi to Todak. mean, Todak already maintaining a very good position in the middle of the map here. AZ obviously will be coming from Jorgapul, but then again, they could probably have a clash with Team Secret up north.
I know, man. And clashes, it's gonna be a pick-off potential coming from Jivstai. Oh, perfectly to the head. On to domain. I mean, this guy is not opening his domain in the world of JJK, so to speak. So, well, that's an early rest for that member, but it's just a start for plenty more to go. Netpex, what are they going to do about the situation? They're just going to further traverse ahead into Pachinki, and perhaps there is going to be some prime targets to look for up there.
Yep, that was definitely an unfortunate situation for the side of Nepex. I mean, obviously you need all the manpower you can have, to always gain that advantage up against the remaining teams here. I mean, they could potentially go up against RQ, who is preparing to get inside the zone, but I think, the closest business I think they could come across to would be from D Savior. Fresh out from Pachinki. I mean, they're all flocking in the middle of the map here, so it's just a matter of time here before they decide to actually get into any engagement. But I'm also looking at alter ego areas coming from the eastern side, and they could potentially clash, with RQ.
Yeah, there's just so many bunch of team actually traversing directly in the center. Everybody wants a piece of that land. And it seems like the Saber is just going to be caught up in between. Team 52, though, is going to be the one that challenges them in this current trajectory. And Eldon quickly moves out of the way. He knows that he needs to recover a little bit more ground. And now, here comes Parajun on the challenge.
Here we go. Team 52 right now dancing it up with the Savior. We got a DBS showing off. Manzi right now trying to showcase his skill right now with the shotgun, but yeah, I mean, he was able to do the job. I mean, D Savior completely eliminated. Not just yet. I mean, we still got one more player here. Natty T on top of the staircase, and again holding a double barrel. But hey, everything is turning into chaos over here.
Team 52 is just so close on all these close quarter combat. It seems like it even overwhelms the likes of the Saver, who just made that quick loot. And after exiting out of Pachinki, they got themselves in hot waters. Alton now just waiting for the flames to subside as he will be charging up above. Nate still tries to hold still by his own. We've seen some clutches from this gentleman before, but this is a little hard to do as they will be depleted. No points whatsoever for those members of the X.
Yeah, Team 52 obviously doing a great job here. I mean, it wasn't such a great game in the previous match, but they're definitely bouncing back. 12 teams. Right now we're looking at Nepex Esports. We saw them lose one member. Domain a while ago took in heavy damage, from across the field. It was just perfect timing, I guess, and just really unfortunate, for the side of Nepex. But hey, we're looking at the situation. They're at the edge of the circle here, still close to RQ, but the number of teams headed towards this direction, this entry point, passing through Pachinki, I think there's a lot of gunfights that can definitely happen.
Yeah, a lot of potential right there. Homeboys is taking their sweet time after having, a little bit more of that big blowover up against Talent Esports, and right at this very moment, I think that there's still some decent room that they're playing off from, so it's not too shabby after all. While the rest of the field tries to maneuver into those high grounds, Team Secret and a great focus point up the hillside. Expecting more teams to come by, and over onto the corner, I believe that to be Bigetron by Vitality. Team Secret so far have shown some ferocity, but have not been able to make it into the top 4 run all too frequently, other than maybe the first game or so. So hopefully they get to recuperate this round, and we'll see what comes up next.
Okay, here we go. Todak obviously taking their time here, scouting the area, checking if there are enemies, trying to get close to their position. So far, everyone is just being quiet, for now, at least for stage 2. I mean, looking at 12 teams remaining for stage 2, just a few minutes into the game, and we already see a lot of drop clash happen. But I think this is going to be the next thing to see. Alter Ego Eras right now just did a massive spray up against Nepex, but the question is if Nepex will be taking this bait. So far, they're quiet. I mean, we can see Claw haven't abandoned his vehicle just yet, but Precious already starting to go up against Krypton with that kind of distance.
Yeah, it's mounting very, very quickly. Nepex now, one member down, and they're still taking this fight up against the rest of Alter Ego. And they're just gonna make good use of this overcrowd just rampaging through Krypton. Nothing he could do about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was some road rage right there. And Krypton right now, there's no chance to save this guy right here in Alter Ego. Era's looking to avenge their fallen comrade. So this is going to be a personal fight at the moment. Alter Ego Era's getting hunted down by Nepex. We got a Claw getting closer to fire over here. We got Badru, Rosemary. This is a duo you don't want to mess with. But right now we are seeing them flee the scene.
Oh man, that bumper car ride is done a little too much up against those members of Alter Ego, so they are willing to really give way, let them have those top end of the kill since they've already lost a member out of that exchange. And now, Team 52, they continue on their rampaging streak. Those 3 points secured up against DX, and they're feeling a little bit more confident. It's great to see these new names really playing towards everybody's expectation, or surpass expectations, because we didn't know what to expect from them from the get-go. And they're just showing that they are ferocious. They are able to challenge even some of the top dogs in the world. Haidami, though, close range combat, and it's going to be Zeros that does take the win out of the exchange. Jiggle tries to defend him up, and Zeros is a savage. He's going to be throwing that Molotov just to secure it. And Jiggle, he's going to full send it. Is he going to get more? Team Secret got them all wrapped around. Rosemary popping up. He takes one down from the side of Homeboys.
Dammy got roasted alive, and Jiggle right now taking some damage from Dog. Team Secret, GK, he finds himself down on the ground here with that massive counter as well. 12 teams still, Jiggle bleeding out there in the open, but in this situation, I don't think Horror Esports has the time to pick up their teammate. We got Sky boarding his vehicle over here, might be going for the off angle as well, or maybe, just maybe, trying his best to save his teammate, but I think that was kind of a reckless decision to actually come forward and challenge up Dog like that.
Yeah, it's a little round of Ruthless as well. Here comes Doc, just going for those massive sprays, just something so much of that pressure right now, but he still clutches that moment, takes out Jiggle. Juge's coming in to save the day, knocking down one member inside of Horror Esports. T2K going into the middle battle as well. Meanwhile, the rest of these members of Nepex goes in, blow for blow. It's third easy, goes down with just one tap coming out of the DBS, and that's it. It's going to be that UMP to secure it. 2 members still left from the side of T2K. Is Rex going to turn this around? Yes, he will!
Wow, that was perfectly done by Nepex. And again, you know, the way that they actually eliminated the opponent is just quite outstanding. 10 teams just like that for stage 3. Alter Ego Eras continue to stay in the game over here. Rosemary already making a move. We're looking for him to try and find a way, you know, try to find the best angle that could probably shake things up a bit, you know, for this stage. But right now, Vampire Esports, they haven't bagged any points just yet, but potentially they could go up against the homeboys down south, so that's just the potential fight that can happen. But as for RQ, BTR, and even Todak, we got Team 52 as well. They're close to one another, so we're just waiting for someone to actually tip the coin here.
Yep, then it's gonna be skilling off the charts right now. Todak right now looking for a little bit more of that spacing to play around with to secure that vicinity. Now with such little space left, I mean, everywhere surrounded by teams at the moment, and there's that dead space right in the center between BTR as well as Team Secret, which is hard to play because it's just flat ground terrains. Oh, take a look at this. Team Secret as well as AZ, they're starting to gain that advantage because of that hardship all the way down to the Western Plains.
Oh man. Okay, kill feed. There's someone getting their heads popped. at the moment. It was just so small we weren't able to keep track, but then again we are seeing Lepar from RQ getting some punishment from Alter Ego Eris, none other than Rosemary 911. By the way, Lepar out there super exposed. He doesn't have anything to hide or like covers or anything, and it's making it easy, you know, for the side of Alter Ego Eris to finish up the job here, but RQ will definitely try to respond.
Yeah, but Rosemary's just got those better angles for the trade. And just like that, eliminates the pressure coming in from RRQ. Mazzy so far on the streak of 3 eliminations. Well, he is being suffocated with the arrival from the back. Thank goodness Torres comes to cover ground. So that is now taken out Cole. But the nades are falling in. BTR, they're not going to rest on their laurels. They're just going to waste no time, go on the full push, and now takes out the Malaysians. And they
Alter Ego Eris, Rosemary already has 2 points under his belt. So I think he's doing extremely great still. Even though they're a little bit on the passive side, I feel like they're just really waiting for that right opportune moment to strike hard, you know, up against the remaining teams over here. They're very cautious, you know, they're not making any rush decisions just yet, but they're pretty close right now up against Vampire Esports, and we can see Badru trying to gauge the situation and maybe even up, you know, sizing Vampire Esports up. But let's see, because Alter Ego Error is now holding to multiple angles over here.
True enough, and at the very same time, Netback so far 6 points in, chasing up against all the rest of the field. Currently the highest fragger in this point in time. Homeboys only down to 2, despite them racking up to 5 points. And Vampire Esports, they're hoping to gatekeep some members over on the south side, and that is a couple of members of Alter Ego, so to speak. A little bit daunting for Alter Ego since they've already lost one, but they're still having a little bit of leverage of some of the terrains that they are holding out with. Netback so far super impressive on their debut. Finds another target. RRQ member on the knees. So down to Swellville. Can he actually go in for the rescue? He's not even responding, so Precious is just gonna secure that extra point. And Netback is looking for a whole lot more.
Oh man, here we go. Netback Esports showing us how hungry they are at the moment. They've been getting a lot of points so far, okay, establishing their dominance. That's how we want it. Alter Ego Eris, Rosemary inside the shack over here, but Vampire Esports, Red Bull has his eyes set on Rosemary. Can he be accurate with a shot? Yes, he did pop his head.
Perfect execution right there. And just like that, we focus back onto BTR. Battles happening north, south, east, west, you name it. Netback's right now docks inside of the compounds, and Team Secret finds themselves into the middle while everybody's kept busy by the edges. This is a perfect opportunity. AZ also does have a lot of that room at the very same time. They don't have those members, but if they just play their cards right, they should be able to make a top 4 finish.
Alva obviously getting into the zone here. He will be leaving his teammate over here, Badru, now about to get eaten alive by Vampire Esports. We got 7 teams remaining, 2 points now in the bag for Vampire, and now we're looking at Netpex. 9 elimination points, they're on the roll, but BTR, this might be the team to put a stop on their streak.
It seems to be the case right now. Netpex slowly losing control of the situation because BTR is just so overwhelming. They are just locked into this box terrain, and that nade was just perfect. So BTR, they're looking for that closure right now up against Rex. Nades after nades fall true. How long can Rex hold on? Can he still find a little something return? Can he also save Precious? Returning over onto the back, and there's just no time left. It's going to be the last stand for Rex as he tries to just hold his own, but too little too late. BTR will just suppress them down to the ground.
It was a chain of events, man. I mean, one of them getting knocked down, that paved the way for them to get obliterated. That is for sure. BTR dominating, 5 points. We're looking at Homeboys. Simba roaring right now, getting the job done as well. He's the last active member here going up against AZ at the moment. You can see Simba really doing his best effort right now to still make it happen or like survive that clash. We got Simba dropping from the second down to the ground with the attack, but what's a great follow through from AZ.
Oh, it was just so much going on right now. Down to the top 4 we go. BTR, 1 member down. AZ tries to recover themselves. They were just trying to fight for a little bit more of that space, but somehow crumbled through. Team Secret, they just have the perfect positioning with their 2-1 split at this moment. Doc L, an imposter coming from the side of Team Secret, is just going to be holding down the line. Now, at the very least, they got all these vantage points. Team Secret, just like what I said earlier, if they just hold firm onto all these angles, they might just be onto something.
Yep. Have you actually seen his picture? I mean, he also looks like Doc, you know. he's like a doppelganger or something. But anyway, back to Vampire Esports right now, going up against the AZ Slumbers. We got one of them knocked down. This could be detrimental, of course, for the side of AZ. I mean, they already are running out of options over here, but Asmi could probably still flip the script here up against the opposition, but then again, it's Vampire Esports right now showing fangs, and that is a crucial nade that just got dropped by Miola.
Oh, that was absolutely huge. Vampire Esports right now, 4 members stacked up. And now it's an all Southeast Asian affair between these 3 titans of each respective nations. The best out of Vietnam, the best out of Indonesia, and, of course, some of the very best coming in from Thailand. Nades fall through a little wide, and the rest of BTR knows that they're pretty much locked inside of that tower. There is Juke over on the outskirts. Razy's trying to seek out his position. All these smokes now falling into decoy them out of their current hole. And it's going to be Juke just landing a couple of shots over onto the bottom layer. Razy's now pretty much compromised. He's got no escape.
Oh!
And the falls so perfectly. And now 2 versus 3. Can he actually do it? This is just a full-on flood coming in from the side of BTR. But look who's here. The Vessel Vampire Esports looking to close in.
Yep, strike 3, and you're out. We got Juke back on the screen here. Not done dealing with business up against a BTR. We can see Bumblebee cooking up a nade himself. The Vampire Esports right now getting impatient. They're trying to join into the mix over here, and BTR is just really getting everything being thrown their way. Kent is the only surviving member. This is now or never. Team Secret right now also getting attacked by Vampire Esports. Very aggressive right now for the side of Vampire, but Team Secret continues to dominate.
Yes, they do. Vampire Esports, they are just overwhelming the rest of these other players with sheer numbers. But Juke so far, unrelenting. He's just going to swerve all the way to the back, just try to single out some of these targets. Now, this is where Team Secret gets overwhelmed. I mean, they still have Zeros over there, just being held back by those members of BTR. So Vampire Esports, we'll see what exactly is going to be the call coming in from them. Only Lazarus taking out. They are still feeling rather confident to close this one out to finally bring a victory back to Thailand.
Hey, we're not even seeing Tony K play, but Vampire Esports seems to be on a roll here. Okay, 3 players, definitely the number advantage goes to Vampire Esports. But then again, BTR, Team Secret, both teams very deadly. Now let's see what Ken is going to do in this situation as he throws the nade up against Zerus, but completely is off mark. GK, okay, getting damage as well from Red Bull, and I think it's pretty much on point, you know, to as to where GK is currently at. Kent continues to dominate. Again, Zerus knocked down hard on the ground. Kent will be picking up this point.
Ooh, Coach Kent is going to look to close this one out. That's going to be a pickup against Melda at the very same time. BTR, they are now surging to that 10th point marker. And Red Bull, what's he going to do? He comes in with a wide grab. Huey's going to work alongside with him, but this is just them succumbing to the pressure of those grenades falling in place. And speaking of grenades, it connects onto Bumblebee.
It's so amazing that BTR is still alive and kicking over here. I mean, obviously they don't really have that much option. They don't even have that much space. But then again, they continue to survive, which is pretty amazing. Now we got Kent back on the screen here. S12K gets the job done. BTR with 10 points in the pocket.
And now it's between Kent and also Juke. Team Secret versus BTR, and he's got no idea where exactly Juke is lurking around. He knows he's somewhere up in the forest, but he's just trying to recover for the meantime. Juke, he's going to play this to his advantage. But the thing is, with all that smoke deployed, it's going to be a full-on clear, and this is where Juke, he brings in the AG, but he's missing the mark, he's whipping, but he will still land a final blow to keep Team Secret at the top.
Wow! Oh wow, man! BTR definitely did not make it easy for the side of Team Secret to catch that chicken dinner, which is of course the very entertaining, for us all. And that was such a great matchup. BTR still showing us what they can do inside the battlefield, but then again, Team Secret caught the chicken dinner by its head, and now they are actually just showing off their trophy for this round.
It's just so crazy. So many of these rounds were really down to 1v1 brawls. Kent really held down the line to really put BTR all the way up there with those 11 eliminations. But Juke, he's a master of disguise. He's been lurking around. He really played a lot of mischievous tactics over on the North Point in order to keep himself alive. And by doing so, he nabs it by the tail end of it.
Mm-hmm. And Vampire Esports, again, these guys, I cannot predict when they're gonna pop off, in any match, like especially in Ruthless. I mean, if they feel like really dominating, I mean, there's really no problem, for Vampire Esports to gather as much points as they want, right? I mean, to catapult themselves in the overall rankings. I mean, Team Secret right now obviously is showing us something, which is very promising for the fans out there. I think, again, for day number 1, everyone is just so eager to put numbers on the scoreboard and maybe even begin, filling up those gaps that we need to see.
Sure enough, I mean, overall, it's been a long time coming for Team Secret to finally get their hands on this one. I mean, they had some rough runs earlier today, other than, the first map playing very well in Wrangle. It's just that they don't really have that positional advantage. BTR, 2 times they were on second place. They got denied because of those 1v1 duels, so they just have to clean it up a little bit. And back to what you mentioned about Vampire Esports, I felt like the ball was on the court the whole time. They had those numbers as well, but it was very messy on how they actually coordinate their fight.
You're absolutely right. But then again, different tactics perhaps, different vibe for each of the matches here. But again, this is shaping up to be a very aggressive day number 1 of the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, we're already at day number 1 of the grand finals. But